Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're looking at a concept that completely flips the script on how we traditionally think about success and personal growth. It's called the 1% rule. Now, if you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by the sheer mountain of work it supposedly takes to reach your goals, well, you're not alone. But we're going to see how the true secret to transforming your life actually isn't about massive, exhausting action at all. It's all about small, consistent effort.
Seriously, have you ever wondered why some people just seem to improve so fast while others stay completely stuck for years? It's something we can all relate to, right? You see someone getting incredibly fit or successfully launching a business and you naturally wonder, okay, what is their secret? Well, looking at the source material, it makes it super clear what it is not. It's not raw talent. And it is definitely not luck. Actually, it's something way simpler and completely accessible to every single one of us.
You know, from a really young age, we're basically conditioned to believe that success requires these massive, sweeping changes. We kind of trick ourselves into thinking we need huge bursts of just unyielding motivation, giant life-altering decisions, and this monumental effort to get anywhere at all. But here's the thing, that is simply not how reality works. Lasting success, it really isn't about giant leaps. It's entirely about the tiny steps you take consistently.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, by definition, the 1% rule is the process of making small, 1% improvements every single day that compound into a complete transformation over time. Now, when you're making a mere 1% improvement, honestly, it doesn't really feel powerful in the moment. It almost feels a little too easy. But the magic word here is compound. Just like compound interest in a bank account, these seemingly insignificant improvements are actually stacking right on top of each other.
Just 1%. I mean, it's practically microscopic in the grand scheme of your busy day. But imagine if you improve yourself by just 1% today, and then find a way to get 1% better again tomorrow. Literally, anyone can do 1%. It is a profoundly unintimidating bar to clear. You don't have to clear your whole schedule, and it certainly doesn't drain all your energy reserves.
Now fast forward a bit. Imagine executing that tiny 1% improvement every single day for a full calendar year. After 1 year, you won't just be a little bit better, you are going to be completely transformed. Because of that compounding effect we talked about, the growth curve goes entirely exponential. You see, you aren't just adding a flat 1% to your old baseline. No, you're continually adding 1% to the slightly improved you from yesterday. The person you are at the end of that year, they're operating on a completely different level entirely.
So if the math is that simple, why on earth isn't everyone doing this? Well, it really comes down to a core psychological trap, waiting for the perfect time, or waiting to feel ready. Most people just wait around for motivation to strike them like a bolt of lightning. They wait until they magically have no other stress in their lives, or until they feel 100% ready to finally start. But let's be fiercely honest here with ourselves. That perfect, totally frictionless moment, it never actually arrives.
And that brings us to the stark reality of high achievers. Successful people just don't wait. Achieving true success means focusing on those small actions even when you absolutely positively do not feel like it. The people who actually manage to transform their lives, they deliberately bypass that need for motivation entirely. They just put their heads down and execute the tiny task directly in front of them.
Okay, so let's make this super practical. What do these 1% actions actually look like in your daily routine? Well, here are 5 incredibly small daily habits you could start right now. Number 1, reading just one single page of a book. 2, going outside to walk for literally just 5 minutes. 3, studying for a mere 10 minutes. 4, writing a single paragraph. Or 5, even just drinking one full glass of water the absolute second you wake up. These 5 actions are so simple it barely even feels like work, but completing them daily builds something way more valuable than the immediate result. It builds discipline.
Which brings us to the ultimate showdown, motivation versus discipline. You see, motivation is just a feeling. It is totally unreliable and fleeting. Discipline, however, that's the mental muscle you strengthen through action. And to really put this into practice, you need to track your progress visually. Here's exactly how you do it. Just grab a wall calendar and put a big, bold X on it every single day you complete your 1% habit. That's it. Watching that visual chain grow actually shifts your brain away from relying on motivation, and it totally cements the daily discipline that acts as the real catalyst for a completely different life.
So that leaves us with one final, super empowering question for you. What tiny 1% action are you going to take today? Because the biggest takeaway from all of this is to stop trying to change your entire world in a single day. Trust me, that only leads to burnout. Instead, start your tracking chain today. Figure out what your 1% is right now and just begin. Because if you can conquer just 1% today, imagine who you'll be looking at in the mirror exactly